Reoccurring themes here. My story of Grandma is fragmented into these little bursts of memories. Like when I look back at my time with her, I think about the products that she would use, like Vicks Vapor Rub, which Grandma was certain could cure anything if you put it far enough back in your throat. Until you gag was a good thing. I think about the foods on her table: rigatoni, cabbage hot dish, red Jell-O with bananas, and piles of white sandwich bread on a plate. The things found in her refrigerator: Barks root beer, Tahitian treat, homemade canned tomatoes, pickles, pickled watermelon, pickled beets. And then there was the cupboard of sweets, commonly featuring circus peanuts, especially when Grandpa was alive. Her house in Bloomington, I think about that a lot. Her piano, the Davenport, the laundry chute, which we hardly got into trouble for throwing our toys down, and her computer, with its companion pages and pages of handwritten how to operate instructions that did her absolutely no good. I'll remember how she insisted I learn to drive. And she would come pick me up in her Buick so I could practice in the Edina High School parking lot. She was prepared, but she was always prepared. She had 2 garbage cans in the trunk so I could practice my parallel parking. How I knew I wasn't doing all that well when she would use an imaginary brake on the passenger side of the car. The imaginary brake came full circle when about 12 years later, after picking us up from the airport, she nearly killed Chris and I on our way home, several different times on our way home from the airport. It was a 5-minute drive. If I had a #1 fan growing up, it was my grandma, and I'm sure that all my cousins would say the same thing. Grandma was our #1 fan. Grandma would never miss an event if she could help it. She made it to all my school concerts and plays. Years later, when I met Chris, she started going to all of his school concerts and events. She encouraged me to sing here at church and in school and to practice. Growing up, I can't remember ever picking out a song to sing without her being at the center of the decision. She tried numerous times to teach me piano, but I always preferred to hear her play. My family is filled with sports people. They will tell you stories about how she went to all their games, how she kept her own score sheet, and how she cheered. For a lady that never wanted to make a scene, she really knew how to make a scene when she was cheering for her team. When I think about my grandma, I will always remember the music that poured from her. How when music would start playing, she would always hum along. It didn't matter if she had never heard the song before. When long after Alzheimer's had stolen her speech, a familiar song would play and it would still bring words to her lips, and she would clearly sing out the lyrics. I will remember her phone calls, our conversations, our debate about light bulbs. The postcard she once sent to my dog, because she missed Lucy, and she had bought her a toy. I will always remember how she worried and worried and worried about all of us. How much she just wanted to be part of our lives. How my grandma Ellie was a lady who passionately lived for her family. I will always remember her unending love for us and my unending love for her. And with that, she would have said, that is the long and the short of it.